Hello, everyone, and welcome to the InsideSales.com webinar on introducing Playbooks, our new solution for account-based selling powered by AI. My name is Thomas Haymore. I'm a Director of Product Marketing here at Inside Sales. We're going to start off with a video that goes into the details of what we think Playbooks can provide to our customers. And we're going to wait another, maybe just 1 minute to see if anyone else gets on the line. Make sure no one misses the beginning of the video. Just bear with me for a minute. Just want to say thanks to everyone also for joining. We know that you have busy days, but we appreciate our customers taking the time to learn more about what we have to offer. Just in case you haven't been on one of these webinars before, we'll have Q&A at the end, and you should be able to use your Q&A screen to drop questions to us as the webinar goes on. We'll answer as soon as we can. And we'll also give you contact information at the end. So if you want to follow up with a specific question or just continue chatting about Playbooks, we'll cover that at the end as well. And if you have to drop off for any reason, don't worry. We'll make sure that you get to see it either in a recording or on-demand version later on. So I think we're ready to start with the video. Again, this is our video that explains a little bit about what Playbooks offers. And
behind every pass, every first down, and every 2-minute drill, and behind every game-winning touchdown is a play. Without a playbook, you have no direction, no plan, and no chance of success. But with the right play, you're in position to win. And it's the same in sales. Without the right plays and the right sequence, your sales teams will drop the ball. But with the right playbook built on the right insights, your sales teams are primed for success. That's exactly what Playbooks from InsideSales.com provides. It's a revolutionary sales platform that gives sales reps the plays they need to close deals. Who to call, when to call them, how to contact them, and how to manage multiple prospects moving through the sales funnel at once. Playbooks is based on decades of sales knowledge and the largest and most varied database of sales interactions in the world. 100 billion interactions and growing. So sales reps are always fed plays based on proven best practices and accurate data, which means they get the best plays at the best times. With all that power at their fingertips, even the rookies will sell like veterans. And the entire team will perform like all-stars. Playbooks will fuel more contacts, more conversations, and more closed deals. Because with Playbooks, you're always in a position to win.
okay, that's kind of a nice enthusiastic video with narrated by someone with a much more pleasant voice than my own, to get everyone jazzed up and excited about Playbooks. We showed that to our attendees at Dreamforce. I don't know if anyone here on the line was there, and that's kind of how we introduced this product to the world. And we used a football analogy. My apologies if you're not a sports fan or there's another sport you prefer, but the point we're trying to make is that running a sales floor or a sales organization is a lot like running a sales team. And when we first started changing this industry over 10 years ago, the focus initially was a lot on just simpler productivity. Can we do more dials? Can we do more emails? And can we know more about what our sales team is doing? And it's not that simple anymore. Inside sales has gotten more sophisticated. Field sales is more sophisticated. And so you need a plan. You need to be able to equip your reps with sort of a strategy and a sequence on what they should do. It's not just dial a lot. It's not just email a lot. It's, okay, how do you engage an account? How do you penetrate an account? How do you get in there and find the people and talk to the people you need to help sell a deal? And then how do we build this tool with all of the value that Inside Sales has become known for? Increased productivity, increased visibility, and increased effectiveness through our predictive analytics and artificial intelligence. So what is Playbooks? You saw the kind of the raw exciting video, and I hope it made you excited for it. But let's dig in and talk about it a little bit more. I'll give you a brief overview, and then we'll jump in for a video demo that will go a little bit future-facing on, well, what Playbooks is now And we're pulling a little bit from the roadmap on what Playbooks will become, some of the features and the value that we think we can provide customers as we continue to develop Playbooks. So Playbooks, as the name indicates, is a new product that guides the reps in their selling. It also includes all of the telephony and email and other communication products that Inside Sales already has. But it helps you prioritize as well. So it helps you prioritize an account. The managers and the admins can identify not only who to target, but how to target. So you can create a strategy that might include dialing and emailing and social outreach for each account and each contact on an account, and then you can push those to your reps. So when your reps are starting their day, they can engage an account strategically without having to spend so much of their day thinking through every step and wondering, oh, what should I do next? Okay, this account is important. This account is also important. What do I do next? We also have put it in a new form factor. So some of you may use our LMP tool, which is sort of our own CRM plus sales acceleration platform. Some of you may use us together with different CRM, such as Salesforce or Dynamics. Playbooks is delivered to the rep in a browser extension, but behind the scenes, it still works with the CRM. It still has all the back-end capabilities. So even though the rep might interact with it as a browser extension, they're still going to dial through our systems. They're still going to email through the normal systems, and everything will be tracked back to the CRM. So Playbooks is part of our platform that helps you address the full sales funnel. So we think of Playbooks as answering the question of who and how to prospect. You could also say how to qualify. Playbooks helps you engage, open up those opportunities with your prospects. We have another tool called HD Forecast that helps you close. HD Forecast takes those opportunities, prioritize and ranks them, and helps you, well, to use a sports metaphor, get them to the end zone or get them over the finish line. We're not going to talk about HD Forecast a lot in this webinar, but we have lots of resources on it, and please reach out for any resources you might want for HD Forecast. So instead of talking to you more about it, I'm now going to jump into the video demo. It'll take a few minutes, and it'll show you again a combination of where Playbooks is and where we hope it can go. We're trying to showcase the true predictive and artificial intelligence power of the Inside Sales platform, and we think it demonstrates just the depth and the breadth our solution can bring to your sales team.
Welcome to today's demo for Playbooks, the next generation sales acceleration technology from InsideSales.com. Today I'm going to be demoing Playbooks from the perspective of an account-based selling rep. Playbooks works just as well for reps who are selling to leads, but there's additional complexity that comes with account-based selling, and I'd like to demonstrate that today with Playbooks. I'll also be demoing this from the Salesforce Lightning experience. Playbooks also works just as well with the Classic or Aloha UX. So I'm going to start from my accounts page. As you can see here, I'm working on a view of accounts called priority accounts. And even before we get into the Playbooks product, we've added a little bit of special sauce here called the neural score. The neural score is a column or a field that we add to every account that predicts the likelihood that that account will close. This is based on your own pattern of history, your pattern of close won and close lost deals over the past year or so, but it's also based on the data that we use to enrich your data and also the patterns that we see across our larger data set. This helps the reps know from the very beginning of the day what they should be focusing their time on. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the account at the top of the list because I've sorted this in descending order, and that account has logged me in. And as I jump into the CRM, as a rep, they have to make a couple of decisions on what they're going to do next, on who they're going to reach out to, what they might say, and how they'll prioritize engaging with this account. Now in a CRM, there's tons of information. You have your past activity with this account, contacts, and often other groups within the company such as marketing or sales support or business intelligence will also have a lot of information relevant to them in the CRM. This is a wealth of information that's vital to being successful with this account, but doesn't always tell the rep what they should do next. This is where Playbooks comes in. I can open up Playbooks on the right because Playbooks is a browser extension. Now, a lot of the heavy lifting that Playbooks does, of course, happens through APIs and on our servers, but the rep interacts with it as a browser extension. And you can see here on the panel on the right that it's also on the LogMeIn account. It has some of the same basic information as a CRM, but it's much more focused. So you can see here that it repeats some relevant information about LogMeIn, has the neural score, the 87 in the blue circle, but then also prescribes to the rep their next step. It says, yes, make contact ASAP. Now, this is telling the rep what their next best step should be. And when the reps exist in a state of uncertainty, they might have 100, 200 or more accounts. They don't know the exact right person to reach out to. They're not sure really what their highest priorities should be. This helps them reduce that uncertainty and attack their day and their priorities with more confidence and with more effectiveness. So now the rep knows that, yes, they should reach out to this account and they should start working on this account. And we see here that Playbooks has also pulled in the people at LogMeIn that are already associated with this account. In this case, we have two people, Amy Appleyard and Eric Loring. Now, for an account, that's not great coverage, only 2 contacts. So with Playbooks, I can automatically prospect. And here we're demoing a data integration with ZoomInfo, although Playbooks can work with other data providers. And ZoomInfo has served up to me 2 additional contacts at LogMeIn that I can now add to Playbooks. And when I've clicked the Add to Playbooks button, they are also added to my CRM. So now I've added more contacts to my CRM, and now I can start contacting them as well. You'll notice that in this list of people, there's a blue bar below each person's name. And this blue bar says things like VP of Sales or Sales Ops High Touch. These are the plays that I want the rep to run with each contact. Now let me explain for a minute what I mean by plays. At Inside Sales, we don't want reps to think that the end goal is to make a call or send an email. The goal is to close. And to do that, you need a strategic plan of engagement. And each of these blue bars indicates what that plan is going to be. So if I go to Amy Appleyard and hover over the VP of Sales play, it tells me about this play. This is a play targeted to vice presidents of sales, and it includes 3 emails and 4 calls. Now, I will have devised this play together with my sales team, maybe my sales operations team, and I will have built in all the customization ahead of time. For instance, the email templates will be built. There'll be scripts or cue cards for the reps during the calls, and they'll be put in a particular order that I feel has the highest likelihood of converting Amy. And as you can see, there are more than just one play. So Eric Loring goes into Sales Ops High Touch, and Brittany and Samantha go into Sales Managers plays. Each of these plays has a slightly different structure or cadence to it, and we hope that that optimizes success for each contact. Now, in a typical world, even if I'd planned all of this out, the sales rep would now have to go and create tasks in the CRM or sticky notes or a million browser tabs or calendar reminders. And we want to save them from that hassle. So we click Assign All, and Playbooks automatically schedules all of those tasks and will guide reps as to what they should do next anytime they're using Playbooks. In this instance, the rep is being guided to call Amy, who was the most influential and most important of the contacts that we added to the account or was already present on the account. You can see at the very top here where it says VP of Sales, which is our play, there is a visualization of what this play looks like. Several emails interspersed with calls. And the first step is a call. And this big green button tells the rep exactly what they need to do. And there's a cue card below here that gives the rep a little bit of insight onto, hey, what you should be talking with Amy about. There's also a button above called Personalize with Insights. So we don't want the reps to be calling blind. We don't want them to be calling cold. So we want to give them a little bit of information directly at their fingertips, if you will, about this account and about this contact. So over here on the Insights panel that's just slid out, we show some information about LogMeIn, some information about the account, the size of the company, some competitors that you might already have in your CRM. And then we have some news. And for instance, LogMeIn has some news about a merger, which is a great compelling event that you'd like to incorporate into your pitch. And on the right here, we have personal information about Amy. This is pulled from her public Twitter account and lets us know that Amy is really interested in sales and sales optimization and follows some of the same people that I follow, such as TechCrunch and one of our founders, Ken Krogh. This lets me know that if I'm going to reach out to Amy, I'll be able to speak in the same language she does about sales and sales optimization. Now that I'm ready to call, I can hit the green button and my call will be placed directly through the browser to Amy. If I hover over our predictive icon here, it's telling me exactly why I should call right now. And in this simulation, I'm calling at 8 a.m. for my local time, but it will connect to Amy at the appropriate time in her time zone. And as you can see, we're optimized the chances that she will pick up on the phone. Now, after I've called Amy, I can disposition the call. And so let's say we contacted Amy, and I'll save that. Now you know in the CRM, which is saving this information into Salesforce's past activity, you know what happened, and our algorithms also know what happened, so they can get better at predicting Amy's responses. And I can also add some notes about this call, so the next time I call her, I understand what we talked about or what happened in the previous engagement. After the phone call, the next step would be an email. And if you go down here, you see there's an email template, and I can customize this email to say, "Hey Amy, we spoke earlier," and add whatever relevant information you think might help you close the deal. And again, this big green button tells you what you should do next. And we have another little trick up our sleeves called Neural Send. Neural Send does the same thing that I showed you just a minute ago with calling. Neural Send optimizes the email send, so it's most likely that Amy will respond. When the rep hits send, our system will actually queue the email, hold it till it thinks Amy's most likely to respond, and then send it right then. Now, as soon as I've engaged with Amy, there are other contacts on this account that are now important to engage with. You'll see here that at the bottom that this green bar light has now lit up. And that means that's my next step. And so I can go to Brittany Roy, another contact at LogMeIn. And I can see that the action I should perform with Brittany is to call her. And just as I saw with Amy, it predictively projects the time that is most likely for Brittany to respond. And that's why it's telling me to call now. And I see the same set of tools, cue cards, notes, and the personalize with insights pane that I saw with Amy. Now, I may not always have enough contacts at accounts to work. If I'm running low on accounts, in Playbooks, I can go to the companies panel and click on Find More Companies. In this integration, we're using Crunchbase, which is a popular database for information on technology and especially private technology companies. Playbooks is data agnostic and can work with virtually any data provider. But in this scenario, I'll show you how it works with Crunchbase. So I can go here and see several companies. Some of them are very large, and some of them are not as well known. I'll start with one of these companies, Nutanix, which recently went public. So I'm going to open up Nutanix's profile here, and Playbooks is going to scan some of the information available on this page and see if it can predictively score the likelihood that this account will close. And there it is. It pops up with a score of 93, which is very high. So I can save this account to Playbooks, and instead of having to do any copy and paste, the account shows up in Playbooks, now being saved in my CRM. I can click Find More People, which continues the cycle I just showed you for my other account, LogMeIn, that lets me prospect and then engage with different accounts. So I can keep this cycle going of reps knowing exactly what to do with new and existing accounts. Finally, you've got to keep your reps motivated. Even if you've given them a plan of attack, if they're not executing it, it's not doing you much good. We believe in gamification and inside sales because it makes the steps the reps need to accomplish in their day repeatable and achievable. Here we have a gamification panel that shows Danielle Wilson's rank compared to her peers and how many points she's accumulated. You as the sales manager, together with your sales team, will decide what are the actions and the points associated with them that let Danielle know how well she's doing any day. It also gives you a sort of at a glance, an overview of the performance of your sales team and your individual reps. So that's Playbooks. We've given you an overview from prospecting to prioritization and ended with motivation and gamification. We believe that Playbooks holds the answer to strategic and predictive account-based selling that can help your reps sell more and sell more.